I'm Luigi, Chavarria. I am from the beautiful island of Curaçao and I am the founder of the pastry atelier La Vie en Rose. During this period, a lot of us are at home and I would like to facilitate something to do. So something to remind you of Curaçao, I think, is the first thing that came to mind. And I'm going to teach you how to make a passion fruit coconut cake from scratch today. The first ingredient you're going to need is butter and brown sugar. The quantities will be 150 grams of butter. We're going to put in a KitchenAid mixing bowl, followed by 157 grams of packed brown sugar. And we're going to start mixing those. Make sure your butter is either at room temperature or at least cubed finely so that it doesn't damage your machine. You're going to hook it up with the paddle attachment and we're going to start mixing in the very slowest speed possible. So once you have a fluffy consistency, you want to add your eggs, but one by one. So first we're going to add this egg. We're going to let that mix entirely. When the egg is dissolved, then you want to add the second egg. Another egg. Once your eggs are incorporated, you'd want to stop the machine, remove your paddle attachment, and the first thing you'd want to do is to make sure your edges don't have solid butter or sugar or anything that is not well mixed. So once you're very sure of that, then you can add the rest of your ingredients. So we're gonna go with, you're gonna need 45 grams of milk. We're gonna add sifted flour as well, 180 grams, a teaspoon of baking soda, teaspoon of baking powder, and 70 grams of flaked coconuts. We're gonna add all of these at the same time, because the less you mix, the fluffier your cake will be. So we don't wanna divide this in any amounts. You're gonna let your machine do the work for you. You can pre-mix if you like, just to avoid anything from splashing aside, and then the machine will finish it off. As soon as you see everything well mixed, you stop. We're gonna add this into the molds and send it to the oven at 350 degrees Fahrenheit for about 45 to 50 minutes. About your mold, you're gonna need a basic loaf pan. What I did is I took measurements from the bottom and I got one from each side. Then I cut the sides off and now I'm going to add some grease to it just to make the paper stick. Then I'm gonna add another layer of grease and a layer of flour, just to be very, very sure, because later on as well, when the cake is done baking, we're gonna add soaking syrup to it. This will also help to remove the cake from the pan once it's done soaking. So now another layer of grease all over, and then some flour. This is the result you should have for your cake batter. So once you have your mold prepared and ready to go, you'd want to scrap off the sides and make sure there's no cake that is not well incorporated or no ingredients that is not incorporated in the main batter. And we're going to just scoop this up into little segments in your mold. That brown sugar that we use gives it a really, really nice scent. And it's also gonna help when it bakes to kind of add this caramel flavor to the cake. Along with that and the coconut, it's like the perfect thing that is very, very Caribbean. You wanna get it as flat as possible. And and then we bake. Alright, to imbibe the cake, we're gonna make a passion fruit syrup, which consists of 150 grams of hot water. Make sure this is like literally boiling. We're gonna add this same amount of sugar, so we're making a simple syrup, 150 grams of that. And we wanna go strong on the passion fruit because this is where all the flavor is. We would like to add 200 grams of passion fruit puree. To finish it off, we add the pulp of one passion fruit. This is gonna give us that nice texture and all those nice seeds that give the cake a beautiful allure. We mix that all together, and when the cake is done, we pour that on the cake. Afterwards, we mix a part of this along with some apricot jelly to really glaze the cake. Right, so now that we have our passion fruit syrup made, we're gonna pour this on the hot cake. It's very important that the cake is still hot because then it absorbs the syrup better. 2 or 3 ladles would be enough. After we have allowed the cake to soak everything, we're gonna refrigerate it for another hour or hour and a half. Let it soak very well before demolding it. This is what's gonna give the cake all that rich and nice passion fruit flavor that you would like so much. It just needs to sit and soak. Right, now that we have glazed and chilled our cake and demolded it, we can apply the mixture that we have done with the passion fruit and the apricot glazing. Just go crazy because this is where the flavor is. So you'd want to really get everything you can while having a good texture for it. And of course, we can finish it off with some beautiful coconut liqueur. This recipe will belong to the Curaçao tourism board, where you can always follow me on Instagram with my name, Luigi Chavarria, or the business page Lavi and Rose Curaçao. This recipe will also be featured on all websites. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I'm willing to see a lot of beautiful passion fruit cakes head my way, and we hope to see you again on beautiful Curaçao.